Okay, so I wanted to do a little bit of an intro for this video today because it's for my yet another vehicle that I don't need. But I wanted to explain kind of why, so it makes a little bit of sense. And I'm not just hoarding everything I can find. And I'll try to make this intro as quick as I can so you can get onto the actual video of the van. A number of years ago, I discovered that it's a lot easier to pull a car on a trailer with a pickup that has a topper on than one without. Obviously, because the air doesn't have to go up over the cabin, the box, back up over the trailer, etc. And that kind of led me to one of my next purchases at the time was a '89 one-ton van, an old cargo van, or plumbers or electrician, I forget which, something like that had it. So it's a big windowless thing, pulled really nice, I liked it. Then I ended up getting a '77 B200 with a 400 in it. Awesome. Old camper van, so it's the high top. I got rid of all the camper stuff right away. I can stand up inside the thing. I'm 6'1", I can stand up inside of it. So it's great for swap meets, and that's its main purpose. So I can put a lot of stuff in there. I can, I sleep in there, whatever else, depending on the swap meet. So I like it a lot. The bad thing is, it's a high top. It's almost 9 feet tall. So in the wind, even a mild crosswind driving that thing, it can be a real SOB. And I like the idea of the van for pulling longer road trips. It's, because you can put all your stuff in the back, no problem. You don't have to tie it all down in the back of the pickup box, or if you have a topper, it's, got to crawl through the back to get at everything. So I like the idea of a van. I wanted a shorty just for maneuverability's sake, in gas stations, or if I'm on someone's yard getting something, for longer road trips like that. I wanted to find one without windows, so if I'm stop at a rest stop, I can nap for a while, whatever, get a power nap, and I can leave my stuff in there. I don't have to worry about someone looking through the window and deciding they want that worse than I do. And I've been kind of looking for one. I have not been actively looking for one. It's like, just like the 59 DeSoto I've got. I've always kind of wanted a wing car, or a fin car, excuse me, and I just stumbled across it. Same thing with this van. I was killing time at work, and lo and behold, I find this super awesome van. And it's a shorty. It has windows, but I can, if you're watching this video, you've probably watched my other videos. I think you probably figure I'm capable of, figuring out a way to get rid of the windows. And it's a 3/4 ton, which is super awesome. So, anyway, here's the video of the actual van instead of me just yakking. So I have not learned my lesson yet. Here's yet another vehicle I just drug home. 1975 Plymouth van. Try not to trip on the snow here. Originally from Arizona. Came out of Wisconsin. Made its way up there, and then I bought it from that guy because he needed storage. So it worked out good. Well, the trip home was an adventure, and it all began with a broken exhaust manifold. It literally broke off. But that's a story for another day. But clean, very clean van. It's got a small block in it, but it doesn't matter anyway. Like I say, it came from Arizona. Said a rat got into it, chewed off all the wires, so nothing works. Missing a bunch of pieces and stuff. And yeah, I guess I'll show you a picture up there. It's a roof. Okay, fine. Now here's the weird thing. As you can see, it's yellow, and it's factory yellow. It's a green interior. And green and white, actually, because you can kind of see the upper trim panels, if it'll show up decent in the video, I think it kind of does, are white. And there's another green seat. Of course, the fronts have been changed out who knows when by, looks like somebody's leftover Barca loungers from the 70s too, but, factory AC, which is cool. Full gauges, no idiot lights, which is nice. Only one rust hole, and I'll show you that a little bit later. But yeah, and it's factory. It is a factory green interior on a yellow van. I will show you. It's a little tough to read. If it'll focus right there, it says as I'm waving the camera around underneath the 36-gallon fuel tank. Green trim set. Green on a yellow van. So I don't know if this was a factory blessed color combo. It seems kind of strange that it is. But I do know that in the day, especially in the 70s, Mopar would do anything to sell a vehicle. I'm sure GM and Ford were the same way. So if you wanted to buy a color of interior that didn't go along with the exterior, they would do it, but you had to pay for it ahead of time, 100% in full. God, look at that, no rust anywhere. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's possible that maybe the person just liked it, maybe it was a John Deere fan, maybe they were a Green Bay Packers fan, I don't know. It just seems weird. But I did talk to a guy years ago at a swap meet car show. He had a red car with a green interior. And he said that's the way he bought it. It was a special order thing. He had to have it paid for in full ahead of time. Just kind of showing you how clean everything is underneath. But he was colorblind. And to him, those colors, look how nice that is. Look at that. It's freaking beautiful. But to him, he was colorblind and those colors looked perfect together. So that's what he wanted, so that's what he was gonna get. He didn't want a black interior to go in a red car. That was too bland. He didn't want it to be that hot anyway. So I don't know if that's what this thing was or what. So, but right there, passenger floor, pretty typical, unfortunately. The guy I got it from said the passenger window here, the door, was down when he got it, and he couldn't. He said he had to fight to get it up, and he left it there. So I think that's what happened. It was down for some reason, and let the water in, and there it sits. And the worst part about these vans is, whoops, this insulation. Just, I don't know what it's made out of, but it holds water and moisture so well. So anytime they get wet, they just sit there and they hold the water, and then that happens. But that's my cool van. My latest toy. It's in pretty nice shape. There's a few dents, but not too bad. I mean, it's 75. It's 45 years old today. I'm gonna put a 400 in it because I've wanted a shorty van for a while to pull with, to actually do on trips like I did to go get this thing, a longer haul to go drag something home. A van is nice because you get the airflow up and over the vehicle and the trailer, and then you got all the room to throw all your stuff in, straps or whatever else, or if I want to, take a nap at a rest stop, which I did last night. You can actually lay down instead of trying to sleep with your head on the steering wheel and not hitting the horn to panic yourself into consciousness, which I did that once or twice. But like I say, it's cool. It's a 3/4 ton already. I was hoping to find one without windows, but I can figure out a way to take those windows out. And like I say, it's just a cool van. It's got a 9 1/4 in it. He said it was a sure grip. I haven't tested it yet. I'm going to assume it's probably like a 3:21 gear ratio. I haven't looked that close at the tag. It's hard to tell anyway. But so this is a project. I think it's going to be a year and a half or better before I get to it anyway. Not only because I have to get the one done in the shop that I already have, but I've got other things going on too in my life. So that is kind of where it's at. Yet another one, because apparently I don't have enough on the yard. Okay, so here are some of the extra parts that came with my van. The guy that I bought it from had parted out an RV because this thing needed wiring harness and everything else, so he grabbed a bunch of stuff. The more I think about it, other than, obviously that trim panel's bad, the driver's door one isn't that great either, but this is a factory setup, color-wise. I'm very inclined to leave it that just because it's that, and it's a little odd. I like things that are a little bit odd. And it's the other thing I've never noticed before. These panels here, they're plastic. I've never seen a completely trimmed out like that. At least not this era. I haven't looked that close. Maybe that's more common than I think, but it's interesting. Those are white. There's a few pieces that are yellow, so either they've faded or someone had replaced them with something that was as close as they could find. Okay, whatever. And it's kind of neat. We have the spare tire cover still in the green. We've got an original tire underneath there. I don't know if be able to see that very well, but it's an old bias ply. There we go, H6015. So that's kind of cool. I don't know where there's just all kinds of goodies here and there. I'm digging this van more and more. And one thing I'm going to show you, back up here. This one shows up really well. There we go, I think. That taillight looks, I think in the video, just looks terribly blurry. But it's not. That's, if I can zoom in close enough, that's the Arizona sun. This thing must have sat facing north a lot while it was out there, because that is just some massive sun damage. I don't think I've seen them quite that bad before. Certainly not up here, but so like I say, I'm digging my van more and more. I like it. I kind of like that seat there too. I don't know what I would necessarily ever need it for. It's just me, so I don't like have passengers, and I certainly don't even have one passenger normally, much less, 4 or 5. But I don't know, we'll see. It might be kind of nice to have, just, you never know. I guess time will tell. Okay, so to finish off this video, I've had this van on my yard for all of a day and a half now. I got home super late. Actually, it was super early on Saturday morning. It was supposed to be late Friday night, but it turned out to be early Saturday morning, and because of a broken manifold, which, someday maybe I'll tell about that story on YouTube, but anyway. So it hasn't been on the yard that long. I've got a good look at it. A buddy came over and looked at it. He thought it was super awesome because he knew I was going out to get it. And it is an awesome van. I'm sure you already realize it's an awesome van. So my plans are, which I mentioned it I think in the video, and no matter what Shorty van I got, I was going to put a 400 in it, and that's what's going to go in it. And I kind of want to put some really cool era correct aftermarket accessories on. I've already been snooping around the internet. Like the wheel flare, that's got wheel flares on, but they're busted up, so I'm not going to find another set or the pieces needed to make that set work again. I found a place that makes them, the fronts with the chin spoiler all kind of one piece. I'm thinking about doing that. Side pipes, I think that just screams cool 70s van. And one of those little wings up on the roof in the back, I'm thinking about maybe one of those if I can find one for cheap. I found one for a ridiculous amount of money, and so we'll see. Eliminate the windows. And that kind of stuff. So I don't know what I'm going to do with wheels yet. It's got a couple of those General Lee style turbines on in the front, so I'd have to find 2 more if I kept those, or if I just go with a factory available a factory available option, which is the same kind of wheel they put on the Little Red Express. Those I think came out in '75, optional for vans and pickups. I kind of like to put that on there. I don't know. We'll see. It'll be a while before I get to it anyway. So, but if you have any ideas, neat, customizable things I can do, I'm all ears at this point. Like I say, it's going to be quite a while before I can work on it. Or if you know where some of these kind of things are, I would like to also hear from you, or put it in the comments below where I can find some of these neat old vintage looking accessories. So, hope you enjoyed this video on yet another vehicle that I bought for apparently no good reason other than I'm obsessed with them. Alright, thanks.